It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the Dallas Cowboys and getting another look at Phil Mafa. He killed it in practice yesterday. He's been looking good. We're going to go over the clips plus his training camp. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're covering your players from training camp, what they're doing behind the scenes at practice. We can do this in season as well. Your rookies, your position battles, guys coming back from injury. And on top of that, guys you're drafting right now in fantasy football. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes. We're looking at Phil Mafa today. Almost 1.5 minutes. We're going to loop this and keep talking ball. We're going to talk about the entire Cowboys backfield because that's what we do here. So here we are. Phil Mafa. Solid. Now, a lot of people point out tackling, this, that. It's training camp. You're just going to have to use the context and look for traits. Vision's good. You see the size and movement skills. You saw that in the second level there. There's a lot of players mixed in, but we're looping it. That's one of the reasons why we looped it. There he is right through there. Bigger running back. Thunder. He's got the thunder. There he is. But you'll see the movement skills. You'll see the feet and the balance and a little bit of wiggle he has. So with that, he's stopping precisely around those sticks and making those cuts and working on that. Bam. Cut back. Looking solid. Feet's looking good. We're about 70% go there. Catching it right out there. Look how thick he is. And you look at this backfield here. Jaydon Blue, with how ambiguous it is, and Phil Mafa. When we get to the end of the season, we might be having one of these rookies step up, if not both of them. That could be your new tandem. Now, you may think that's crazy since they're late-round picks, but this is the deepest, most talented running back class of all time. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. And maybe that's what it needs to happen. Maybe. Look at him find that hole, though. Did you just see that? Let's go back to that. Let's go back. Watch him find that. We come back here. Boop. Right? See that crease right there? Finds that. That's a tight crease. Working through trash. Now, some people would have saw him move around in the second level, and they'd be like, oh, they're not tackling. It'd be different. It's the little intangibles. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for the little things because that's what's going to make an impact. He's got good feet. He's got good vision. This was a big-time prospect coming out of high school. He went to Clemson. Shared the backfield with Will Shipley over there with the Eagles, who had a good career there at Clemson, who was a 5-star, 4-star on some sites, 5-star in others. And then last year was supposed to be his moment. Then he gets banged up. But it's what's on tape. And what you see on tape is a good running back that finds the hole, who's pretty slick with his feet. I wouldn't say he's Barry Sanders, but he's pretty slick with his feet compared to the size. A bigger running back prospect. Compare him with Jaydon Blue with the 4.3 speed, the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. You got your thunder and lightning here in the late rounds of this year's draft. Now, I get it. You look at this year's draft, it's sexy at running back. Very sexy in the second round. Third round, you had Caleb Johnson. Donnie E fell to them in the draft in the second round. He's been killing it in the draft, in training camp, He's been killing it left and right. He was projected to go in the first round. He's a first-round talent that they got in the second round. Pass rush and getting to the quarterback is very valuable. And running back something you can always patch up on the cheap and on the mend. That's something you got to look at. And then when you got to the third round, things were a little bit different. The tiers were coming off the board of the running back position. And you're kind of like in a position where you could wait. And then you get into day 3. Day 3, different story. Now we're looking at this tandem here of rookies. I think you're looking at 2 rookies who are killing it in training camp right now. Javonte Williams, by default, considering Jaydon Blue is still out of practice or was as of yesterday, and Miles Sanders just came back, is your guy right now. Miles Sanders ripped off some runs yesterday. I imagine this is going to be an icky backfield when trying to guess touches throughout the year. Like trying to guess who's going to be the RB1 by Halloween. That's going to be hard to do. It could be Phil. It could be Jaydon Blue. It could be Miles Sanders. Williams has had a good camp. Miles Sanders, when he's out there, he's been making plays. He's been moving well laterally. And the thing about Javonte Williams is when he was on the come up, rookie season, the year after, before that injury, he was a very exciting running back. A lot of people were excited about him. So what if we revert back to that? There's also a lot of people from what was not mentioned or shown or mentioned by beat writers, fans in the stands saying, hey, they're not excited about him. Like, hey, there's oftentimes where a lot of plays would break down the backfield in training camp. He's not scooting through. There's also that. And I agree. He wasn't efficient last year with the Broncos. He wasn't. And the efficiency metrics state that, everything else. And you see Miles Sanders, he's always good in training camp. He's always good, no matter where he's at. Even last year with the Panthers. There were talks that it was going to be pushing a good split with him and Chuba. They got into week 1, and that didn't happen. Chuba was looking good. Chuba got himself a new contract even. Now we're here with the Cowboys. We're just now back at practice, ripped off some runs. Now you got 2 rookie running backs, though, that you caught cheap in the draft. One's been very explosive. You saw him catch some balls downfield. Phil Mafa, though. Like, bare minimum. You put him back there. He's got the vision to get you to the hole. He's got the feet to slip past some dudes. Bare minimum. But his upside, I think, is something that's hard to forecast because a lot of people look at the stats, the baseline, look at them, but you go look at the tape and you look at the potential there. For the size, he's got some wiggle to him, but he can be a hammer. He can be a hammer. That's what you're not seeing in these clips because it is training camp. You're not seeing him put that shoulder down and send somebody to the shadow realm. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing the DBs that have to make a business decision, go to the shadow realm from Phil Mafa. Then the next time this opportunity happens, shakes them out of their boots. You're not seeing that because it's training camp. That's what you're getting out of Phil Mafa. Like, he's going to put some safeties into the shadow realm. You're not going to see him again when he drops that shoulder. That's the thing about that. Once he gets out of the hole, into the second level, you got to try and make that play on him. He's going to send you to the shadow realm, and it's over. It's over. And next thing you know, they got to bring in the second string safety, and it happens again. Again and again and again. Then you bring in Jaydon Blue. He rips one past you. Catches one out of the backfield. Or you just put him in motion. You know you got to account for that speed. You got a nickel DB. You got a linebacker on him. You go the other way, allow something else to open up. That's what you got here. That's what you got here. That's the potential. Phil Mafa's been looking good. He's got good feet. There it is. You see that on the cutback? Look at this on the cutback. Watch this. Right here. It's the little things. Right here. Come in. Put her foot in the ground, right? Boop. Gets it and a spin. Right here. Get it? Boop. And a spin out. That's what I'm talking about. The contact balance. But what you're not getting out of him right now is him putting that shoulder down and putting DBs and linebackers into the shadow realm, because that's what's going to happen. Look at that one. Hold up. Hold up. Look at this one. Right here. Dead leg, right? Right there. Right there's dead leg. Pop it. Those little micro movements of Phil Mafa. That's what I'm talking about. So if you think about that decision, he decides to put his foot in the ground and then bam, hits that burst. Him in the open field with a defensive back. That's what you're going to be seeing. That's what you're going to be seeing. Him putting that shoulder through a chest, and he's going to be doing that. That's going to get you excited. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.